Hi, everybody. This is Gayle. Welcome to my channel tonight. We're going to be talking about some travel trivia and just in general, kind of hanging out and having a good time. I'm having a little bit of technical challenges, so bear with me here for just a minute. That's actually why we're running just a few minutes behind schedule. So, yeah, let me just have a second here. I think we've got it all worked out, and we're going to have some trivia today. It should be a lot of fun. I've put together some travel trivia questions from some of them are places that I've been, and some of them are places I want to go. And then some of them, they're just trivia. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, come on in, sit back, relax, have a good time, and we'll be getting started. So, give me just 1 minute here, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I've had a dry and scratchy throat all day and needed to get my drink. Sorry about that, Peter. Okay, so who all's in? Tanya's here. Hi, Tanya. I'm doing okay. Scratchy throat. Ciao, Gloria. How are you? And Peter, hello. So we've got some folks in here tonight. I hope you all are having a great weekend. Hope the storms passed you all. We did have some terrible ones down here in the south, but fortunately it missed me. But my heart and blessings do go out to the folks who were impacted by the storms, by the tornadoes. So let's see. I have got some trivia. Are we ready to dive into the trivia? Or is there anything else you want to dive into? So, all right. Well, let's go ahead. It should be, these are just a few little things that you can see. Gloria, you've got your caps lock on, and that means in internet language, you're shouting. And, we may be friends forever, but you don't want to shout. So check that, okay? All right. Okay. Oh, all right. I've got this. She just tweeted me. So your cap locks are off. Okay. Now you've got me on Twitter. Did you mean to do that? Okay. Tanya says she may lose signal. She's got a bad storm here. So if she pops in and out, that's why. Stay safe during the storm. Tanya says, hi, everybody. Nice to see you, Gloria. Okay. So, Saturday Night Chit Chat, catching up with everybody. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Let's see here. I thought I had a photo I could pull up. Oh, well. Okay. So, first trivia question for today. And I don't have any prizes, but y'all can get bragging rights, okay? All right. Nice, you're hurting my ears, Gloria. How cool. Okay, Gloria, you are hurting Peter Parker's ears. Okay, so first trivia question is name one park you can see at Walt Disney World that isn't a water park. Just one. Just one. One park you can see. Not a water park. Not a water park. Oh, you're welcome for wearing green. I was glad to do that. I was very glad to do that. It was a good cause to support. Remind me, I'll wear green again next year. So it's pretty important. What Tanya's talking about is wearing green to support cerebral palsy, which is a cause that's near and dear to her heart. So she asked us all to wear green. So I did. And if you're on Facebook, you probably saw that picture. So, all right. So Tanya's never been to Walt Disney World. We'll give her a pass on that one. Gloria says apologies. It's okay. We'll get you. So what one city? I'm sorry, what one theme park? Okay. Neverland, that's not quite a theme park. That is within a theme park. Yes, please do. I'll be glad to. We can do a segment on it or whatever you want to do. It's important. And Gloria got it. She says Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is one of the 4 parks. They're in Walt Disney World. So, yeah, that's where you get to see some of the characters, Mickey Mouse, and so forth. So, yeah. Yeah. So, next question. And Gloria will fit your name by that one. Again, no prizes tonight, just bragging rights. Okay. This is one that I'm hoping you all get, just because it's my home state. Okay. Is Tomorrowland one? No, but Tomorrowland is in the Magic Kingdom. So there you go. Neat places in Tomorrowland and Neverland kind of thing. Actually, Neverland really features around the castle, which is around the Magic Kingdom, where they have I can't think of her name now, but she flies. She's the Tinkerbell. Comes down the wire of the castle and she does this whole zip line thing. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. March is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, and the 25th is CP Awareness Day. Okay. Remind me next year. March. I'm going to make a note of that, but just in case that doesn't get in. I actually know someone whose birthday is the 25th. Okay. So I've gotten that one written down. Okay. So, next question. This is, what is the capital of Tennessee? Is it Knoxville, Memphis, or Nashville? Capital of Tennessee. What might it be? Thanks, Tanya. Nashville, Knoxville, or Memphis? Going once. Going twice. It is Nashville. Peter Parker got it right. There we go. And Gloria Tanya says that she's glad you're here. It is indeed Nashville. And Nashville has an interesting tourist attraction. It's the Parthenon, and it has been built to scale to the Parthenon in Athens, Greece. And people, if they can't get to Athens, Greece, will actually go to Nashville to study and take measurements and so forth of the Parthenon. So, and there's a really cool state museum there at the Capitol. So, neat stuff about Nashville, plus Grand Ole Opry, country music, all that really neat stuff. I'm going to see if I have a photo to share. Tony said she should have known it. It's all well and good. Ah, my computer says I don't have any photos. Well, that's a lie. Okay. No pictures of that like I thought I had. But yeah. Stellar Piper is here. Hello, Stellar Piper. Stellar says, I'm working on the PowerPoint for worship tomorrow, so I'm not going to be super active until after that's done, but I'm here. Well, welcome. It's good to see you. Tanya's saying hello too. So, all right. So we will do that. So if you ever get to Nashville, downtown area, do see the Parthenon. It has got a huge statue of the goddess Athena, and she's decked out all in gold right there in the middle of the Parthenon, and some really neat artwork inside. It's a great little excursion afternoon there it's in the park. All right. Next one. What is the most visited national park? It is in the Southeast. All of these questions are dealing with the Southeast today. So what's the most visited national park? I'll give you a hint. It's in North Carolina and Tennessee. So North Carolina and Tennessee. Too long a walk. Okay. Sorry. So what might it be? It's known for green trees. Maybe I should say mountains. I'll give you a hint. Nope, it's not Yellowstone. Let me see if I can pull this up. Nope, these are all in the Southeast. Does this one help? How about this one? Nope. Okay. It is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Nope. Not Mount Rushmore. It is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and the Smokies are so large that it covers part of North Carolina and part of Tennessee. So that's pretty cool. But one of the reasons why it's so visited is because there is no admissions fee, and because it's got so many activities and things to do. So the Smokies being the most visited national park brings in, of course, a lot of business to North Carolina and Tennessee. We're talking about the extreme west North Carolina, extreme east Tennessee. But another reason why it's so popular is because the Smoky Mountains are within a day's drive of 60% of the U.S. So the land of the Blue Smoky Mountains is within a day's drive. So that combined with the free part, there we are. So and let's see, Peter's asking a question. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I got to tell you that within the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is an area called Cades Cove, and that has some of the earlier settlers of Tennessee. And there you go. It's also the most visited section. Let's see. Peter Parker. Oh, what's the capital of North Dakota? That's Bismarck. And Tanya says she just learned the capitals to pass the test in school. Ha ha. All right, Busy Lady is in. So, hi, Busy Lady, and welcome. Okay. So, that was a scratch on the Smokies. I'm working on some. Hope to get back to doing them soon. You know, COVID kind of slowed me down. I did a $40 day trip video for South Holston Dam. That was pretty interesting. You might enjoy that. Really a neat place to visit. So, but more are coming. Look for them coming in April. Peter says, yep, the $40 a day. Yeah, the $40 day trips, the cheap day trips. Coming up in April, the most recent one that I did would have been the one at South Holston Dam. Let me see if I can bring that up. Whoops. Come on, computer. Well, anyway. Oh, no, wait. That's actually scheduled to come up in a couple of weeks. So, by the way, I've got a video about South Holston Dam. Should be coming up in a couple of weeks. That was really a neat place, though, because the TVA has the whole dam system, Tennessee Valley Authority, and they're really tasked with preventing flooding, but they're also tasked with recreation. So we went down there. You can use all of their facilities outside. There's never a fee. You know, usually have visitor centers, but this time it was closed. Darn it. But I like finding free locations like that are interesting because it's cheap and you can spend most of the day there. So I don't want to say too much about the video, but that is coming up. So. And Tony says, I hope you have been till I can get this from Missouri. I'd love to meet you. I'm working on that. I don't know if I'm going to make it, though, again this summer. I have a trip planned up Highway 421. So I'm going to be doing that from North Carolina up to Michigan City, just because there's some interesting places that are free or cheap. And that's what I need to do right now, which will be, you know, a series of little day trips on how to do these cities for $40 or less. And that has to include, you know, the food and the gas. I'm going to be counting the gas kind of from city to city because it's from point to point. Whoops. So I knocked the microphone away. But they should be pretty interesting. There's going to be some historic sites that we've got pegged and some interesting restaurants, some state parks. So it should be pretty cool. And it's along the famous Highway 421. I will tell you in advance that there is this one section of 421 that we're going to skip for purposes of this trip because it's called the Snake. And I'm going to be doing a video just on the snake, but it is so twisty and curvy and so many tight curves that I'm really leery about taking a trailer. In fact, they advise you not to take long vehicles on the trip because of the curves. And there's actually one place that if you look down, you can see 3 layers of roadway. You're on one, you can see part of the curve that you were just on, and then another portion of the curve, all by standing in this one spot. But there's no pull off there, so you got to get the picture really fast. So that's my plan from that. But I do hope to get to Missouri. I just can't figure out when. I do have to run out to New Mexico in May, so I may do some stuff there. Not sure yet, but more of those day trip videos are coming. Ah, Peter's got the perfect budget trip in his backyard. He stays home and camps in his backyard. So, okay. Okay. Tanya says she likes the fact that I include the food and the gas. Yeah, because I want to show that you can still have fun and go places, but make it affordable. So, yeah, that $40 and under seems to be a good price point for people. Tanya says, "Yay!" Hey, Valerie. Hi and welcome. How are you? You guys, your whole family has been in my thoughts and prayers during this time. Tanya says she thinks that would make her car sick. It can. The video hopefully won't, but the trip, the Snake and U.S. Highway 411, which is the tail of the dragon, are super cool roads to drive, but they do have these super tight curves that you do have to be very careful and very cautious on. And the Highway 411, the tail of the dragon, is actually one of the most dangerous roads in the country to drive. So maybe that's why I love it. I don't know. So, got you, Valerie. Got you. That makes sense. That's the long run, Gail. Yeah, yeah, you could probably say that. Good night, Peter. Thank you for coming in. You have a great evening. And Tony says bye. All right. So, here's another question for you. And this one sometimes trips people up. So, if you're ready, where was Elvis born? Was it Florida, Mississippi, or Tennessee? Which one? Florida, Mississippi, or Tennessee? And this trips people up because it's not as well publicized as his other home was. So, if that gives you a little hint, Mississippi. Valerie got it right. Tupelo, Mississippi. And when you go through the not very large town of Tupelo, Mississippi, you can go to Elvis's home, which is a very small, little, tiny house. And it's really pretty cool to see where he came from and where he ended up. Because, of course, we all know that he ended up at Graceland, which is in Memphis, Tennessee, and that kind of overshadows Tupelo, Mississippi. But it's a quick stop. It's an interesting stop because you get to see where he is, and yeah, so I recommend stopping on it, especially like if you're going to go to the Natchez Trace, someplace like that. It goes right through there, so definitely worth tracking down and kind of hunting up there. So let's see. Peter said Tennessee. Nope. That's the thing that catches people off guard. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a photo of it. I have photos. I just don't think I can find it real quick. Elvis Presley birthplace, and it's this really tiny house. You think about uh, great stars coming from you know really great places, but oftentimes it's these really small, humble abodes. Let's see, I've got it pulled up here. Flip it in. It's like the Tennessee Ernie Ford home place if you're ever in Bristol, Tennessee. It's just a little quiet, small, white home, and That's his church. Let's see. Gallery. Ha. Valerie, have you been there? Here we go. This is his home where he was born. And to me, it's really it gives a lot of encouragement if you see where famous people come from sometimes, because you see these very humble beginnings and you look at where they got to and you're like, okay, so what can we apply to the average person from this person's life? So, pretty neat stuff there. Oh, Valerie admits she was guessing. Okay. I think I heard that too. I'll have to look that up. But even Oprah came from a really small town. Tina Turner, I think, was from Nutbush, Tennessee. Try to find Nutbush on the map. So, yeah. But Valerie says she was guessing. Yeah. Yeah, really, it is. Tiny. And so I think it would almost be a tiny house. Yeah. Tanya was thinking the same thing. So, yeah. And from what I'm remembering, it was basically like a room and a kitchen, maybe a bedroom on that. So just really small. So Tupelo, Mississippi. Okay. So what state, okay, what state can you see NASA's largest rocket engine? What state might that be? We're still in the Southeast. All of these questions are about the Southeast. And Tanya says she's got a book of her poems that says, Maya Angelou was from Stamps, Arkansas. I have never heard of Stamps, Arkansas. I got to pull that one up. I'm going to see if I can find it. Wikipedia. Wiki never lets you down, right? Whew. Okay. Wow. Okay. It is way down there. All right. I'll show you that in a second because we're still on this one. NASA's largest rocket engine. Valerie says Florida. Tanya says Texas. Cape Canaveral. Those are all really good guesses, but that's not it. Not it. It is actually in Hancock County, Mississippi. Yeah, Tanya was thinking about Houston. Again, really, really good guesses. Because there are NASA facilities in Houston. You've got the whole Space Center Houston there going on, and you've got Cape Canaveral where they've done the rocket launches. So super, super, super good guesses. But it's actually in Hancock County, Mississippi, and it's the Stennis Space Center, John C. Stennis Space Center. So, and that's a neat place, and even if you're traveling and let's say you don't have the money to go into the space centers, there are usually always what they call static displays. And those are the displays that are set up outside of the centers. So if you can't move them, they're called static displays. And so it's worth going by there, even if you're like after hours, as long as it's not gated, of course. Or if you're short of funds, you can still, go do that. It's pretty cool. So, okay. All right. Y'all may know this one. I'm going to give you a super easy one, okay? Super easy. What state was named after the Alabama River? What state was named after the Alabama River? I know y'all know this. Let's see. So, I practically gave it away for you. What state is named after the Alabama River? It is not Georgia, Mississippi. Tanya says, that wouldn't be Alabama, would it? Yes! There you go. Valerie and Tanya both got it right. I wanted to toss out a really easy one for you. That was good. And fun fact, the Alabama River, of the 10 longest rivers in Alabama, the Alabama River is actually number 3, with the longest river in Alabama being the Tennessee River. So you got the Alabama River, the Chattahoochee, and then you've got, Tennessee River, Chattahoochee, and then the Alabama River. So, and it was, of course, named for the Alabama. So you guys got that. Yay. All right. And this next one I just think is interesting. I was going to do it as a question, but I won't. I'm just going to give you a fun fact here. The first Europeans that reached Alabama were not English, and a lot of people think that they are, but the first Europeans to reach Alabama would be the Spanish. So the folks from Spain found Alabama first, which I always thought that was an interesting thing. Now, the first Mardi Gras celebration was held in what southeast state? Well, look at this. Have you guys ever looked into the names of your hometowns? Sometimes the hometown didn't have the same name back in history. Yeah, actually, that's kind of a big thing at the hometown that I was from. It was Knoxville. Was actually came from the name of John White's fort. So John just liked to sing. So okay, Tanya says St. Clair actually started as a town called Travelers Repose. Interesting. Interesting. That things like that, name changes and stuff, just fascinate me. So, what was the first place that had the first Mardi Gras? What state might that have been? And believe it or not, it was not Louisiana. Tony says, okay, St. Clair started, got that. Louisiana? Nope. Louisiana? Nope. But those are good guesses. So, but that's not it. And I'll tell you, going back to the name thing, James White Fort was actually what started Knoxville, but there was this gentleman named Henry Knox, he was President Washington's war secretary. And so it's really interesting because the East Tennessee area really has a lot of ties to that. And that's part of how we're so patriotic. We had so many volunteers that went to the Alamo, and so many volunteers that signed up for the War of 1812, and so forth. So, yeah, so it became the name, it was named after Henry Knox, and a lot of other places also are named after Knox. Okay, Valerie's saying Georgia. Nope. Would you believe it's actually Alabama? Now, it's best known for being in Louisiana, best known for New Orleans, but it was actually happened in the port city there in Mobile, Alabama. And I find this interesting, okay, because the Spanish were the first Europeans to go to Alabama, but it was the French that brought Mardi Gras to Alabama. And of course, now we know some English settlers came after that. It was actually also the third largest port for Italian immigration. So, kind of a true melting pot there, just of the European and some of the Middle East cultures, not including, all the other cultures that have given us like this great Cajun culture and so forth. So, yeah, but a lot of people don't know that, and it's really interesting. And fun fact: the Battle of Mobile Bay, Admiral David Farragut. So back in the War of 1812, I think it was. He is the one that has uttered the very famous line of "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." So, fun fact about Mobile Bay there. So, but yeah. So, okay, going back to Stamps, Arkansas. It is, I'm going to pull this up. I can explain it better pulled up, I think. So there you go, Stamps, Arkansas. So it's still going to be in one of the poorer sections of Arkansas. I-40 runs more toward the north, and so Stamps is quit that. Stamps is down the south, one of the lowest or most southern towns here. So yeah, that would be definitely a small place to have come from. Maybe I should try putting together something sometime on hometowns of famous people or something for one of our live streams. Candy, the wee service dog, has joined us. So hi, Candy. How are you tonight, Laurel? Laurel, we're just doing some trivia tonight, so feel free to dive on in. And we can talk about other things too. Okay, now just a fun, this is not a travel related trivia question. This is just kind of a fun trivia question that I think you three ladies might get. There is a famous song, "Some State is on My Mind." So what state? Fill in the blank. Blank state is on my mind. What would that be? What would that be? It's a southern state, southeast. Candy says she's doing great. Good. Yes. Yes. Valerie and Laurel both got it. Georgia, on my mind. So yay. All right. I got to flip pages here. Johnny says she's probably my favorite poet. She's amazing. She's not only is she an awesome poet, but when you look at her history and her background and what she came through to be so popular, she's a true inspiration. So, okay, this one's kind of fun. Where is the world's largest treehouse? What southeastern state? What might it be? The world's largest treehouse. This one really threw me because I didn't know that large tree houses were a thing. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, going once. Tennessee! Valerie is right. It is Tennessee. The world's largest tree house is in the town of Crossville, Tennessee, built by Minister Horace Burgess. And it is, what's Candy? Cincinnati's original name was Los Santoville. Okay. Wonder how they changed it. I can see why, though. Anyway, Minister Horace Burgess built the treehouse. It's 10,000 square feet, 100 feet tall. And it's made out of recycled materials. Doesn't that beat everything? So, y'all know I have to go see that someday. Don't know when. It's not as high on my list as going to see you guys, but here's some photos of it. I just thought it was an amazing, kind of scary, strange thing. Pulling it up. Yeah, I'm just from looking at the photos. I mean, here we go. I just I look at these and I don't even know what to say. There it is. And some of the other photos here. So lots and lots of interesting pictures. Now this angle, it doesn't look so bad. And I guess that's where it was under construction, but I just think it'd be fascinating to visit. So, got to go check that out. Tony says, have you ever seen the show, The Treehouse Master? He goes around building tree houses that no one else is thought to build. Real big one, neat 3 houses. Wow, neat tree houses. It does, doesn't it, Valerie? Supposedly, you can actually go up to it and see it. So I don't know if that means you can go into it or not. So something I got to go look at. Okay, Tanya, you be careful. She says she's got to go. The storms are getting pretty bad. So you be careful, Tanya. And the last question is, where was Coca-Cola invented? Where was Coca-Cola invented? And I can tell you that would be Atlanta. So Georgia lays claim to that one too. Lots of neat things. So, when you start traveling, you start getting interested in kind of the backstory behind things and just some of the interesting attractions that are around all these different states and stuff. So I learn things every time I do some research to do travel trivia. So yeah. So, and I had some questions about good old Virginia, But I'm going to save those because I know, Valerie, with you being in here, you'll get them all. Get them all. Because especially the one with the famous horses of a couple of different places out there on the coast and stuff like that. You'll get them. So that wraps up our trivia questions for tonight. And I want to say I appreciate everyone for coming in. I've had a great time. I hope you all have had too. And Candy said something. She says, you need to come see the mushroom house in Cincinnati. It looks like a giant mushroom we have driven past many times. That sounds fascinating. I wonder what the story is behind that, a mushroom house. I understand the treehouse because, like, what kid doesn't want a treehouse? Valerie says it was fun. Thanks. I don't understand the mushroom house. I will have to look that up. I'm going to make a note. One of my favorite notes. One of my favorite notes. One of my favorite things to do is make notes, I should say. I'm so out of it tonight. So, yeah. And it's interesting here. I've got both screens going on. And some comments, it's fascinating. And I wish you all could see this because some comments are showing up. I've got the YouTube page pulled up over here on this screen. And I've got StreamYard pulled up right here on this screen. And some of the comments are showing up faster on YouTube side than on StreamYard side. And then every few minutes it'll switch and they'll show up faster on the StreamYard side than on the YouTube side. Like Candy Your Park about Hyde Park showed up on StreamYard, and now, at least on my computer, it just popped up on YouTube. So sometimes when I can't keep up, it's not just me being scattered, although that does factor in, I'm sure. But sometimes it's because they're really not coming up as quickly as they could. Candy says, yes, be sure to look it up. It's in Hyde Park, an upscale neighborhood. Okay, make a note of that. I'm not super upscale, but I do like visiting. And she says that's weird. Yeah, I agree, because you got to kind of be on your toes looking at both screens. And, StreamYard even actually suggests using two screens, and I guess that's why. I don't know. But that's the way life goes, so we'll take it and roll with it. So, what else can we say, right? So, but I am hoping, Candy, one day to get to Cincinnati and also to Missouri. So I'm trying to work things out, but I'd hope to do it last spring. And obviously COVID hit, so still on the list, but it probably may not be even this summer. So we got to figure it out. So let's see. Candy says, which screen is better? It's not really that it's one's better than the other. These are both actually the same monitors. It's just amen. I'll say that, amen. And see, that one popped here and it just now popped to there. So there's really, it's like 6 of one and a half dozen of another, because I'll be, staring at this one, and which is the StreamYard screen, and comments will pop up. Then it's like they'll stop on StreamYard's side and they'll start popping on the YouTube side, which is this other screen over here. And so it'll pop there, but it's just strange because then it'll flip and it'll come back up on the StreamYard side. I don't know. I have actually quit trying to figure this stuff out. I'm just glad when it works and going with it. And I totally agree with you on Lord willing, because he holds the future, he holds our lives. So, so yeah. So, oh, and I will toss out one of the questions that I did want to go ahead and toss out today is about the state of Virginia, and it's what is the largest office building in the world? And Virginia has that, and it's the Pentagon. And we don't often think about the Pentagon as being like an office building, but it's got all three military services, Army, Navy, and Air Force. And even though it's got a Washington, D.C. mail address, which that just is weird to me. But largest one in the world. So I just thought I'd toss that out. It may show up on a future trivia question about Virginia, okay, you all? Tomorrow night is a full moon. Oh, lovely. That should be interesting. At least it's on a weekend. So I might be able to go out and actually see it. So, yeah. And you all, on Tuesday at noon, just want to do a quick plug. Instead of uploading an actual video, Tuesday at noon, I am going to do a live stream on how to plan a cheap trip. So I did one on how to plan a vacation, and I've gotten several emails about that. So we're going to do a live stream Tuesday at 12 noon right here on this channel about how to plan a budget vacation. And Tanya mentioned a few minutes ago before she had to leave that she liked about the $40 day trips. And you all mentioned that too. And we were talking about it one night. So, that kind of led me into how to plan a vacation. And now we're doing, Stellar's back. She says the Pentagon is huge. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to talk about how to plan a budget vacation. And there are all kinds of ways to save money. And there are discounts that people don't think about and don't realize they're eligible for. So we're going to talk about some of that and how to actually structure and plan a $40 day trip. So I hope that's going to be fun and interesting. So ask questions. You can ask them in the chat. You can send them to me by email or post them in the group. However you want to do it. And the video that I did on announcing how to plan a budget vacation, several people have commented there, and Gloria hit me with several of them. Her questions were, she wanted to know how I went to New York City for $350 and how I afford going to Alaska and about the day trips. She also wants to know about discounts, hotels, flights. She just gives me a whole long list. So any questions you all have, there you go. Candy the Wee Service Dog says she guesses that she and Candy will go out howling at the moon tomorrow. That's funny. That's funny. And Candy's saying, how are you, Stellar? So yes, Stellar, how are you? So anyway, I hope that you guys have some questions. I hope you guys get a lot out of Tuesday's live stream. That's really my hope and my goal, and a lot of tips. You all, I don't usually make a big deal out of it, but I have worked in the hotel industry or travel industry, we'll say, for over a decade, a couple of decades actually. I have worked in National Reservation Center for a national hotel chain, and also as a hotel desk clerk. And I've written travel articles for several places now and have received over 1 million views just on associated content / Yahoo Voices. So I've been doing those travel articles for a long time. So I'm taking all of that experience and putting it into Livestream Tuesday. So should be fun. Bring notes. And Stellar says she's good. All right. Well, anything else anybody wants to add before we wrap up tonight? Give you a minute there. Okay. Candy, the wee service dog, says she's doing so much better since the weather is starting to be more stable here in Cincinnati. Good. Good. And nope. All right. Okay, you all. Thank you for coming in. And I'll see you Tuesday at noon. That's Eastern Daylight Time. And then Saturday at 7 p.m. You all take care and have a great evening, a great weekend. And Candy, Laurel and Candy, for both of you, go have fun howling at the moon tomorrow. And Stellar says she's glad it's warming up a bit. Me too. I thought that was never going to happen. So, all right, y'all. Take care. Always, always, always do hashtag be bodacious. Do not let life get in the way of living. Thanks, you all. Take care, and we'll see you next week. So, bye, y'all.